Hey everyone, Chef Leroy here and welcome to the channel. Hope you guys are having a fantastic day. It is freaking cold here in Minnesota. My God. It's like -8 right now or something like that with a wind chill of -13 or whatever it is. But anyway, I'm going to do a dish today that is a little light, maybe for this cold weather, but you know what? It doesn't really matter. Whatever you cook, your family should enjoy it, and you should enjoy it as well. So this is a salmon dish that I'm going to pan sear it. I'm going to use my hex-clad pan sear it off in there. I'm going to stage it though, okay? Now I talk about this quite often. Staging means that I'm going to sear it off, put it on a tray, and finish it in my toaster oven when I'm ready to eat. I do a lot of this, and it's really basically a way to shortcut stuff. Especially when you have the time to do this little step, and then you can cook it later and then serve it. It just is a lot, it just makes things a lot easier. In fact, you can do this the day before as well. I happen to be doing all of this in one day, so anyway, I got a really nice piece of wild sockeye salmon from Costco. Now, I'm not really a big fan of these trays that they do this on. They vacuum pack it to a tray, but look at how big it is compared to the fish. It just takes up like so much space in your refrigerator. It's kind of giant. I'm gonna do a little different twist on this one though. I'm gonna do more of a Tuscan style, okay? And what I mean by that is I've got some seasoning that I put together as a Tuscan type of seasoning. I'm gonna olive oil it as well. So we're gonna put some olive oil on it, and I'm gonna cut it into fillets, so it'll already be cut down, and then we're gonna pan sear it. So let me get the camera over here, show you how to prepare your fish. Okay, so I've already cut the plastic off of this fillet. I'm gonna pull it off the tray. Like I said, I mean, look at how big the tray is compared to the fish. I mean, it sticks out that much further, like 6 inches. So it takes up a ton of space. And this one is, let me see how many pounds it is. It's 1.33 pounds, so basically 1 1/3 pounds. And it's really thin, right? So you could technically just sear this off in the pan and be done with it. You wouldn't have to do anything else. But like I said, I'm gonna stage it. Now, one of the things I always check for is bones. It's supposed to be pin boned already. Sometimes you'll get the bones up here at this corner, then you can just pull them out. If you have a nice strong tweezers, that works really good. But let's check the skin on the other side. See how nice and beautiful that fish is? Lovely. All right, I'm gonna leave the skin on. You can skin it if you'd like. And if you did wanna skin it, and I could probably do another segment on skin and fish, but you would run your knife along the tail here. So this little section here, you lose a little bit of this flesh here, but just skin it out this way and keep your knife really close to the skin. And sometimes you can actually hit the skin and rip it, but especially if your knife is pretty sharp. Okay, so I'm gonna cut it into portions. A little bit more on the head part, cut this way. Because it's 1 1/3 pounds, so it's not a very big fish. So we'll cut this one here, and we'll have a nice tail section. Okay, just like that. Super easy. So and I had someone ask me a comment about this board. These are Henkel boards. You know, Henkel is one of the knife companies from Germany. And I got this as a set from Costco, and I just really like it. I use this for all my raw products when I'm cooking. All right, I'm going to move the fillets over to a tray, and this will be the same tray I'm gonna bake on. There we go. Okay, we're gonna drizzle the salmon with a little bit of olive oil. It's like that. Take a spoon and that's it there, okay? Now we're going to sprinkle on the Tuscan seasoning. I just made this today, so I was looking online for a number of different recipes, and this one kind of looked good to me, so, but I changed it like I usually do with anything. I don't copy somebody's recipe straight off. So go ahead and sprinkle that on there. The seasoning is a mixture of leafy dry seasoning and some powdered. There you go. Next thing we have to do is get our pan preheated and get them in that pan. So, but let me go over this recipe quick with you. Actually, I can even show you on the video what that recipe looks like. So, Tuscan seasoning. Now, I basically quadrupled this recipe for work, but you would use 1 teaspoon of dry thyme, 1 teaspoon of dry basil, 2 teaspoons of dry oregano, 2 teaspoons of dry parsley, 1 teaspoon of garlic granulated. You can use powder as well. 1 teaspoon of ground rosemary. This is going to be a half teaspoon of rub sage. You have 2 teaspoons of dry marjoram, and that's also a ground marjoram. And then we have a 1/4 teaspoon of black pepper and a half teaspoon. I put table salt because I don't have sea salt at work, and kosher's too big, okay? So you want to use either a fine sea salt or a Mediterranean salt, but something that's a little bit more fine ground. So then it looks more like this here, okay? I'm telling you, it's super good. So that's the recipe there. Hopefully you guys could follow along with that okay. So anyway, let's get this on the stove and I'll show you how to get everything put together. All right, this is my hex-clad pan. I'm going to preheat it. This thing heats up extremely fast on induction, so you got to be kind of careful with it. Now, even though I put some olive oil on my fish, I'm going to add a little bit to my pan too. I'd say about a teaspoon. I don't think you really need more than that. It's a very good nonstick pan. Just gonna roll that oil around there. I'm going to cook the skin side down first, and then I'm gonna flip it, and then I'm gonna pull them out, and then I'm going to bake them with the skin side up. So that's kind of what I'm trying to get at. So the pan should be pretty hot now. Skin side down first. Get it a little bit crispy. See, these two slide around already. This one wants to, but it's still stuck there a little bit. Just had to coax it a little bit. There you go. Okay, let's go ahead and flip it over. Oh, looks good. You could brown it just a little bit more, but I'm going to broil it basically in my toaster oven. So see how that skin got like that a little bit? So that's the one challenge that you have when you're cooking that skin. You just don't want it to peel up on you like that. I'll tell you what, that seasoning on there, it smells flippin' awesome. What I'm going to do is I'm going to sprinkle some on the skin side too. All right, so I just want to show you the bottom, or I should say the flesh side. So that's looking beautiful. I'm gonna lay that on my tray. See that one there? You can see this area here? It's not very cooked yet, so I'm gonna leave it just a little bit longer. It's because the fish is uneven, that's the problem. Let's check this one. That looks really nice. Brown up just a little bit more. All right, I'm about to put my salmon in my toaster oven, and just full disclosure, I put a little drizzle of olive oil over the skin of the fish. I'm gonna go ahead and put it into my toaster oven. I have it on high broil, and I'm gonna cook it for 5 minutes. That won't be the only cook time though. We're gonna cook it a little longer than that, but that'll be my first cook. All right, we got the salmon in the toaster oven. I have my setting on broil, high temperature, and first time I'm gonna do it for 5 minutes. and I'll show you what it looks like when it's done. It won't be completely done at that point, but just kind of give you a little look here. All right, so this is the first 5 minutes. Show what that looks like. Look at how nice and crispy that is already. The skin is. That looks awesome. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and put it back in. And now I'm gonna turn it down to medium temperature and for 5 minutes. There we go. Show you what it looks like in a couple minutes then. All right, let's check it out. Look at that. Oh, the skin is nice and beautiful, crispy on the outside. The fish is nice. So because it's so thin, it's already done. That is awesome. All right, I'm just gonna go ahead and pull it out of my toaster oven, and I'm going to let it rest for a little bit before we eat it. But man, that looks amazing. I'll post a picture of what it looks like when I plate it up together. So there you go, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please hit that like button, and please subscribe if you haven't subscribed to this point. Subscriptions are free to join. They just let you know when I've dropped a video out there. Otherwise, you guys have a fantastic day. Chef Leroy, and I'm out.